Welcome to Carolina Varsity's look at the 2012 NCHSAA playoffs. We're now looking in the West region of the 4A playoffs. And we got a game that people looked forward to 2 weeks ago when these two teams met and played for the conference championship. And that's Sun Valley, who is now out to 9-3. And we talked in the past videos about, Sun Valley's slow start, but then we do have to remember the teams that they played. When you're facing Mallard Creek and Richmond, those are tough teams to play, and you're going to get beat up in those, especially when you're a young team like the Sun Valley team. And we could go on about what we saw at Rocky River. I think we've already covered it. We both thought this was going to be a 5 to 6 win season for Sun Valley. Yeah. Stein's really pulled it together. These two teams did meet a couple of weeks ago. For the conference championship. Sun Valley was undefeated in conference play, and that ball game ended 16-0 in favor of Porter Ridge. Max Preps is actually calling this game 37-36 Sun Valley. I've attended this very game in the past, this late in the playoffs with Sun Valley and Porter Ridge, and I've been to the end of season game. They're calling this the Battle of the Cookout, number 2. If those of you don't understand, Porter Ridge and Sun Valley are both from Indian Trail. Sun Valley's south, Porter Ridge is north. There's a cookout that sits on Highway 74 between the two. It's actually one of the nicest cookouts you'll ever go to. It's a cookout you can walk in and sit down and eat inside. Back to the game. Very nice cookout. So anyway, they're calling it the Battle of the Cookout because that's where all the kids go to. I think this is going to be I don't think it's going to be a shutout game. The thing to note is that Chris Duffy is out, potentially out. If Chris Duffy's out, I'm picking Sun Valley to win this game in a close one. If Chris Duffy is not out, to me it's going to be a difficult call. I think it's going to be a real good ball game. We've talked many times before, and I'll say again, Porter Ridge and their defense and their position football that they play. Doesn't matter how athletic you are, how quick you are, you will make plays, but they will take the plays from being just good plays. They'll cut them down from being great plays. Because of their position. They're always in position. The kids know how to respond and react. They know about angles, and they use those angles. So it's kind of hard, even for a Sun Valley, to find and work in space, because this team knows how to close down space. Yeah. Maybe not through speed always, but they do know how to close down space because they'll have a kid in that position. You rarely catch them out of position. And that's why they got a 16-0 win the last time. Their offense is not as dynamic as it has been in the past. Although Duffy, if you've not seen him play, is a tremendous athlete. He's a D1 player for sure. Probably higher level. I think he's committed to UNCC. Oh, is that right? But I think he could maybe even play higher level than that. And of course, we know about the kicker going to Oregon, and he's a threat. You're not going to have many. You're not going to have any kick returns. Every game I've seen this kid play in the last several years, every kick goes through the end zone. So you're probably not going to see any opportunity in the special teams play for points. I think Stein will make his adjustments, and he'll find a way to find some points in the ball game. I think it's going to be a 20s ball game, and I'm thinking that it could be something like a 24-21, 28-21 game. Could even be a game that goes to overtime. Very well could be a game last team has the ball.
Yeah, Sun Valley has really got it going offensively in the playoffs here. They had a good win at TCR. They scored over 30 points. And they put 56 up last week on South Caldwell. Stein is a very, very good, I would venture to say he's a great offensive coach. And being shut out last time at Porter Ridge, I'm sure it didn't sit well with him personally. And like you said, he's going to find a way to find some holes in that defense and get a couple of. I think they'll be able to get maybe 2 scores on Porter Ridge this time. If Duffy is out, that's going to hurt Porter Ridge a lot. I think they were already playing with a backup quarterback. I believe I heard that earlier. And if that's the case, they only put up 16 points the first time against Sun Valley. And like we said earlier, these teams are rivals, and it's hard to beat a good team twice. You know, we keep saying that, right? But in this situation, man, I almost wish I could go to this game, but I can't. My choice, and I'm making it right now because I couldn't decide. I think I have to take Porter Ridge, and I have to take them by one score or less. I think it'll be that close. It's a great rivalry, and you know, enjoy the game. That's what I got.
Yeah, Sun Valley only shut out one time this year to Porter Ridge. Other than that, their offense has been doing good. I think some people wondering questions early on about Sun Valley. Obviously, that's been silenced by now, especially when you open up with Richmond and Mallard Creek. Right. You know, maybe they did benefit by stacking the schedule early, facing that competition, and then now they're starting to gain the confidence. You know, Porter Ridge's defense is, you know, one of the most disciplined defenses you'll face. You know, regardless of whether or not how much talent you have on the other side of the football, they always seem to be in the right spot. This won't be a shutout this time. Right now, I have Porter Ridge probably 17-10. Depending on who plays, if Duffy is not in there, I think I'd probably flip that score then. But this is going to be down to the wire. It's going to be a one-score ball game though this time.
Okay, people, if you're looking for a game to go to, this would be the game to go to. You're not going to find a better environment, in my opinion. I thoroughly enjoy going to Porter Ridge. The environment is phenomenal. The Boneyard is a great place to visit. It will be like a big-time college game with the crowd. You'll have that kind of excitement. The fans will be there. They'll be standing around the fence. And then, of course, these two are the kind of rivals. I think that they're harder, tougher rivals on each other than a Concord Kannapolis, than a South Point Ashbrook, than a Scotland, Richmond. This is truly a town divided. And you know, many of the people at Porter Ridge were Sun Valley people. Went to school at Sun Valley, or had kids that went to Sun Valley, and now they got kids going to Porter Ridge, or you know, families. So it's really a family kind of thing that both sides hate each other deeply. So should be a great ball game.